Hey guys, just took my hair down. This friggin' happened. We're gonna work with it. Okay, so let's just start off with saying Merry Christmas Eve and Merry Hanukkah Eve. All the Eves, every single Eve you've known, even the main Eve. So basically, today I just wanted to talk about Jesus Christ, not him. But sorry, I got a bobby pin in my hair. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about how to deal with things over this seasonal holiday, especially this past week. Um, this time of year is really hard for, I think, especially people with mental illness. Just because, the new year's coming, you're still in the same kind of shithead mind. Sorry, my camera is just not living life today. Yeah, you're still in the same kind of place. You're like, fuck, another year, same shit, that kind of stuff. And it may have, bring up times, triggers. Say, for instance, maybe last year you're in hospital when you're still not as good and you're still doing the stuff you're doing, or you're in hospital now, maybe in an ED clinic or a psych ward, etc. So this goes out to everyone that's struggling, mental illness or not. Just a basic self-help guide, really. I've got a little list here. It's got a reindeer. As you can tell, you've probably already seen it. But yeah. So I'm gonna go through a few things. Actually, let's just roll on with it. What the heck? If I touch my hair a lot, yeah, just allow it, because I'm worth it. Okay, so starting off, something that I've experienced, self-harm. Very typical in people with depression or anxiety, any form of mental illness, even though it's also associated with people that just want to try it, which don't, because it can easily form into an addiction. So yeah, just take care of that, really. If you ever feel the need to hurt yourself, tell someone immediately. Don't go ahead and do it. Trust me, it's not worth it at the end of the day. I mean, you're going to think, oh yeah, it's just a body, what am I going to care? I still care to this day. I've been doing it for 4 years. Sometimes I still do it, unfortunately. But that's how easy it turns into an addiction. And I can actually give my self-harm story another time. What the heck? Okay, so first one, cutting. What I found recently helps me is if I use makeup. If you're the kind of person that sometimes has cutting for scars, which there may be, people that have been self-harming for a while, then use makeup, like lipsticks. I found 2 shades. Just use a plum colour and a red colour, mix them together, put them as if it was a scar on your arm, leave it for a day, and then you could just wipe it away. I think that's one of the things that has helped me the most, because I have quite a few scars, as you may know, and sometimes the scars do become addicting sometimes, so that's helped me a lot. Another thing is, something you will find is food colouring. Now this one doesn't do so much for me, but it may do for others. I'm sorry for the awkward angle, I'm doing everything I can. So yeah, food colouring, if you're into the blood rushing and everything. What can help with that actually is if you combine the makeup and the food colouring, as it could look more realistic, or you can use latex maybe form some kind of artistry from it. This one's weird, however this may be helpful. Strawberries. Chop a few strawberries up, blend them, mash them, especially if you're frustrated, mash them, and the juices will go, plus you have some food, healthy food to eat after. And this one is very debatable, because I've gone on a rant about Tumblr before. However, if you're the type of person that needs to see it, however hasn't started to self-harm it, I guess, or you're not, to that extent, then Tumblr gifts can help. But use that one very cautiously, especially if you're easily triggered. Now, the next one, not many people go on about, and I could only think of about 2, and I know it's appalling, but I guess it's because it's not as spoken about. So, burning yourself. Ice. Easily ice. Just apply it, hold it there for 5 minutes, either in your hands or on your arm, you know, wherever you want to kind of feel the pain and the rush. And rubbing your hands. The friction can cause heat, and it also relieves tension. That one can help a lot. Now, next one, especially people don't really talk about unless it's trichotillomania. I think that's how you say it. Sorry if I didn't say that correctly. Elastic, and not just like elastics like pink. Because I find those don't really help like at all. You might, but you know, elastic from like your underwear, for instance, especially your bottoms. You could pull that out of bottoms, and then you could like just ping it until it breaks. You know, I find more the visual side of things could help, as well as the feeling of it. Because maybe sometimes it could just be like the visual of just the, you know. Also from hairbands as well, just pulling it, snapping it back in place, or just pulling it until it like breaks and you hear that sound. And objects such as toys, like fuzzy toys, things that you can easily pull hair out of. I find those may help as well. Like I said, sorry for the camera angle. Now, it may sound like I'm wrapping this, but also I just don't want the video to be too long for you. Mentality. This one is especially important because obviously it's your brain that's trying to handle all these things, and your mind might be everywhere. A lot of people disregard this, but meditation, that is huge. Meditations such as your chakra, which I think is the 7 stress relief. It might be more, I can't remember. But you can find a YouTube video for your chakra, and it goes through every single bit. You close your eyes, you listen to the video, and you just do what the video says. I feel like it's very underrated, and a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, but there's too much on my mind, you know. But the thing is, for meditation, your mind has to be focused. Even if you feel like you're not going to be, isn't it worth a shot at least, if it means that you can have that moment of peace? Another thing, controlling movements, such as push-ups, something that's you can very controlling, very slow, can relieve a lot of tension, can keep you focused, and if you're exercising, even though you may not want to, then it's releasing endorphins in a healthy way. And another thing, for instance, if you're having a panic attack, this one's very common. You may have seen it on a TV show that kind of escapes my brain right. Actually, no, My Mad Fat Diary. Look it up, it's so good. Put your hands on something flat if you're having a panic attack. Feel that something is real. You know, just knowing that you can push your weight on it and you're not going to go anywhere. I think that's really settling. Breathing. Just something as simple as breathing. Closing your eyes, breathing through your nose to breathe deep and out through your mouth. It just 10 times literally can help so much. And I feel the most effective one for me, especially because I'm a dancer, stretching, because it's so controlling. You have to move your body in ways that it naturally wouldn't go. So just stretching over will be good, because it's just like releasing all that tension and everything. Often in these holidays you may feel very depressed, and this is the next one. You may feel very depressed, anxious, or you just don't want to move from your bed. And I understand that. I've been through those days. I think we all have. So for the days you just can't move or you can't get out of bed, blinking. Something as simple as blinking, counting how many times you blink, or blinking twice and then once slow. Just something that keeps your mind active even if you don't want to, but it's just the small movements I find make a huge difference. Rearranging positions in your bed, just tossing over a few times, tossing and turning, just to get a new sense of feel of something. Sorting out your covers. If you're tossing and turning, then you're going to have to sort your covers out so you're comfortable. Make sure your covers are always, neat, in place. And looking around. Literally just looking around. You may be laying in bed just looking at the ceiling. move your eyes. That's all you have to do. Move your eyes. I know it seems, I'm saying that's all you have to do, even though it's a lot. But literally, moving your eyes can make a huge difference. Now, this one's about making things easier overall. Obviously, I'm not a trained therapist. I've been to therapy 3 times, but each one isn't mine, the right one for me. But for my personal experiences and things I've just thought of, I feel can help a lot. So making things easier overall. This may regard eating disorders, which I can't really help with because there's obviously, like any mental disorder, they're very complex, but this is just the small things. Eating disorders, anxiety, depression, BPD, the whole lot, even if you're just feeling low on the day and you don't have a mental illness. Water or herbal tea. Water can literally make you feel so refreshed. Cold water especially. And herbal teas, channel your inner peace, I think. Walking around the house. If your body is oh, no, fuck that, mate. Walk around the house. That's all you have to do. And sometimes I think it's helpful just to think in your mind saying, yeah, that's all I have to do. Even if it feels like the most challenging thing in the world, which is, you're allowed to feel it's the most challenging thing in the world. Push yourself. Really push yourself. You know your limits. Try and go above them because you can. Watch something funny. This one helps a lot because today I was in such a low, shitty mood when I woke up because I had a really bad night before. And I watched a YouTuber. Literally cheered me up so much, even if it was just for a good 5 minutes. That's in the day, it means my whole day hasn't been shit. And I think that's what you have to look at it as. You have to pinpoint parts of your day that wasn't shit, which means tomorrow it doesn't have to be shit either. Also, if you dissociate, for instance, or you find yourself going numb, or your mind just wanders, watch a fantasy, watch some Disney, watch something that's got a lot of colours or is very magical. I think Avatar, just an instance. I love that movie. Yeah, Avatar. It's fantasy. They go from reality to something that isn't so real, if you get me. But just associating yourself with something that maybe you could relate to can actually help, even if it's not something that you'd actually relate to, if you get me. Also, massage your feet and hands. Keeping your blood circulation going can really help just everything overall. Just a quick 2-minute massage on both hands, both feet can really just make you feel a bit more relaxed and okay in yourself. And lastly, the hardest part I feel is this one. Engage in activities. When you're in this mode of depression, suicidal, just isolating yourself, I think that's the most important time to go and associate yourself with other people. Really try and push yourself to get yourself out there. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to talk to anyone. Sometimes just engaging in an activity is just going downstairs and sitting down. Just being around people can really help lift your mood, even if you feel it's not going to help, but you don't know until you try. You really don't. So thank you for watching this video. Also, keep yourself safe this Christmas and New Year's especially, because I know how hard it can be, and I've been through it. Loads of us have. You're not alone, no matter how much your brain tells you, I promise. I live by this quote sometimes. I mean, even on my tough days, yeah, I think even on your tough days, it's good to remember, if today was shit, then what else have you got to lose tomorrow? Literally, you have to keep, even if your mind isn't the most positive, push through. That's all you can do. Sometimes we're not put on this earth for a purpose, and that's okay. Sometimes we're put here to just enjoy the ride, make the most of what we have, and pass down information. You don't always need a purpose to be alive, and that's okay. You don't always need to be successful, and that is okay. It's okay to not be anything. Just be okay in yourself. Alright, I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care of yourselves. Treat yourselves well. Hopefully you can take on some of this information that I have possessed you with. And have a good Christmas. Enjoy yourself. Know that you deserve these moments. Because you are worth it, even if you don't feel like it. But one day you will. Just keep holding on. Keep pushing through. Take it one day at a time. Alright, love you. Bye.